Hey everybody, hope you are all doing well. We've come a long way with our new and improved security detections MCP. So I'm excited to share live some of the new features. Yeah, so let's dive in. So if you haven't used this yet, if you're on the GitHub page, all you have to do is click the button, add to cursor if you're using cursor, or it's as simple as just copying and pasting the MCP JSON piece down here. So if you're using cursor, Claude Desktop, VS Code, and then our good friend had also shared a WSL and Visual Studio Code JSON here. So all you have to do is do that. I do provide all of the documentation to download the different rule sets, which makes it easy for you to update the different paths inside the JSON here so that you can update and use, whichever KQL, if you're using an in-house KQL, or if you have custom stuff, Sigma, things like that, you can just modify that and then you're good to go, off to the races. So first, let's go ahead and dive in. Some of the big updates here is that there is 11 pre-built MCP prompts that will give the LLM pretty structured input, output, kind of what we expect back. Now, feel free to modify these as you need based on your needs, because that's the whole point of this, is to this MCP to be better for you. Other things. First, let's just kind of scan through. Here's all the different prompts that I added. Now, you can add as many as you want to. Again, you can ask the LLM based on like content you've written, things like that, to add a new template or prompt into the file so that it can do it based on your needs and requirements. So just something to remember and deal with and kind of like to be able to see and do yourself. Some examples of how it's going to operate. We'll get to that in a second. We're just going to run it live. Something else that I kind of added to here is that querying the database is one thing. It can still take context window up. So depending on how many tokens or context window, et cetera. The MCP prompts help a lot because now you're giving it a direct path of what you kind of want and expect. But MCP resources is something that I added because it provides sort of like the high level of what is there. And there's going to be, I think, 5 out the box that it'll generate. And so the idea is that it provides these to the LLM so it doesn't have to keep requesting it. It can just load this quick JSON file and instantly know what it is that it needs to kind of understand related to summaries of like how many detections there are or whatever it may be. So let's go ahead and dive in. Let's test out some of these basic prompts. So ransomware assessment. Let's just grab this prompt, copy it. Hopefully you can see. Basically, I'm just using 4.5 Sonnet here. I'm just going to run that. So use the ransomware readiness assessment prompt. It's going to go list its tools, plans its next moves, and then he starts to rip and understand what he's looking for. So I have the content for all three or 4. I have KQL, Elastic, Splunk, security content, and whatnot. So I'm just going to go ahead and run that. It's going to go ahead and rip. Let's keep letting this rip here. It's just running. As you can see, the output of what it's doing. Okay, so now this is the next new feature I added here. This is the elicitation piece. So Claude will prompt you. I wish it was a sexy elicitation that you get with like cursor plan mode, but you get it. So you're like, hey, I just want to look at KQL, how many results. You can specify. Remember, the more you give it, the more it's going to kind of take up and consume. So I'm just going to do that. As you can see, he's writing a file. And that particular file is meant to help with, again, in the future, be able to query that resource file to help you get better assessment. So now, as he writes this file out, ransomware readiness against KQL, I believe we picked. I can't even remember. Yeah, ransomware, KQL, we'll see. So that's a lot of data. So as that's finishing, let's go ahead and get this next one ready for Volt Typhoon. Just going to pop it in here. And let's add a little bit to this. Let's focus this on cloud and KQL only. So we'll see if I have all the good KQL stuff. All right, so first let's rip up this report. see what he found. All right, assessment, today's date, all that, detection rules, over 7,000 rules. We have a lot of coverage, yay. Your risk score is low. So kind of ripping through, telling us, coverage, you have really good coverage and all that kind of stuff. So this is pretty cool, right? Like, and across all of them, all the sources, everything like that, which is quite a bit of stuff. So that's kind of cool. Ransomware families, compliance and reporting. That's funny. Yeah, so quite a bit. And then let's go ahead and close that. Let's go ahead and run our next one. So now we're going to get an APT threat emulation report for Volt Typhoon focused on cloud and KQL. We will see what we get. So going to search security detections. Let's run all the things. How many do I want? Oh, I think it's like, oh yeah. Oh, maybe I don't have it in there. I'll just submit. Maybe it's just SPL. Okay, yeah, submit, ship it. But I hope you're getting a good idea about how this works because it's pretty cool, right? It's just hitting, listing KQL categories, outputs that file again. You can see looking at Azure stuff and going through all that. This is the ransomware one, sorry. Just kind of geeking. Let's go back. I'm just going to pull up. Let's try to keep the screen clean for everybody today. And then we don't have to stare at like markdown files and code everywhere. So what's he doing over here? What are you doing, Claude? Oh, he's waiting for something up here. Yes, submit. Yeah, the elicitation, I don't know. I think it's cool. I haven't used it enough, I guess. So I wanted to just get this out there because I was kind of holding this for like the last week and it just needs to go public. So that's what you get. Ship. He's now querying for Volt Typhoon. Okay, so one thing you see right here, he's using the MCP MITRE attack that I wrote. I do have another MCP I haven't really pushed out publicly, so I'll get that out because I think it's important that it's shared because you see him live ripping through both of them. This is the MITRE attack one. He's getting the group info and then also correlating across the security detections MCP. There's a lot of action happening here. Wow, that was interesting. I'm curious how this one's going to look. So I probably won't go too much longer on the video because I really want to keep this one a little bit short and just highlight the fact that this is 1.4. It's really easy to set this up. So if you want to build it yourself, it's as simple as just cloning this repo, go into the repo directory, install, build it, and then it's as simple as just like running it, or yeah, npm run build, that'll build it. And then all you have to do is run the npx-y here. So if you want to run this locally, you totally can. You don't have to get it from npm on the registry. I put it on the registry to make this even easier for you. So with cursor, for instance, you copy this or just click the button at the top and it'll just rip it. Like it's that easy and that powerful. So it's kind of cool. What else can I share? He's just ripping a report. Yeah, so here's the MCP elicitation piece I mentioned. You can ask anything and it'll go off and question you, like you probably saw a few times here, asking for like which intel or which source we want to use and things like that. There's a little bit of MITRE in this one as well, but I wrote a very specific and precise MITRE MCP. Here, while we're here, let's go ahead and use the MITRE attack MCP to make a Navigator. We lost our code. Oh, he died. MITRE Navigator layer for Volt Typhoon and elastic coverage. So just ship that. That was a lot of data that Claude ripped through for this file. So I'm actually kind of surprised. You can see he was even writing different things in here. So that was a pretty heavy one, I'd say. But token usage wise, that wasn't that bad. So I don't know. Let it run. Okay, so he's using a tool. One of the things in the MITRE MCP, if you ask the, okay, so a couple things. An MCP, can have tools just as much as like you running a Python script or whatever it may be. I found that by giving the MCP a Python script to run to generate the layer was a lot better than giving, than requesting the, what's the word? Then requesting the LLM to generate it for you. That's a bad idea because I literally had to do that. I was like, generate a layer for all of Splunk content. And it was like literally writing and writing and writing. I had to summarize like 5 times. Like it was absolutely insane. So yeah, that was a really bad idea. So I would not recommend telling the LLM to do that kind of stuff. And as you can see, Claude wrote he used the tool to generate that layer. Let's see what else he's doing. So we got some extra stuff coming up. Okay, he's ripping more stuff here. So I'm just going to show the side and see if we can find his reports. So we have our ransomware readiness. We have our Volt Typhoon elastic coverage, which we'll rip up here in just a second or open up. Hey, while he's doing that, I'm going to get the MITRE Navigator page open, and we can open this file up live so that we can see what it looks like. Reveal, go here, wait, where we go? Okay, so open a layer, upload from my computer. So it's in this project. What is this again? This is our security detections MCP, obviously. Okay, I cannot find it. Where is this directory? Here it is. Okay, upload. Well, that was a bad idea. Okay. GitHub, Detections MCP. Yeah, I have it in a whole different thing here. Detections, documents. Nope. Documents. GitHub. Sorry about that. I just want to make sure I can show you this because it's actually pretty cool. It's under reports. I'm almost there. Here we go. Let's do Volt Typhoon. Open. Error. Oh, man, that's not good. Okay, it had an error. So anyway, well, let's just finish. And then here's this elastic coverage for Volt Typhoon. You can see all these cool details, focused just on elastic. Strong coverage, a little bit of weak on the recon infrastructure, obviously, and then maybe there's a gap for elastic. I don't know. Again, this is using just like Elastic's public stuff. This has no, representation of whether, their content's good or bad. It's just kind of a gap analysis, more or less, so you can kind of get an idea. So anyway, I had someone ask me how I use this, and I use this as a way to kind of like where I need to focus for content development. I can see that for like anybody in a SOC or whatnot. You want to understand like, hey, here's my KQL repo or folder of content or whatever you use, Sigma rule format, analyze for Volt Typhoon, like what coverage, what coverage should I look to generate more on? And you can see he's calling out like P1, P2, like what's a priority for my organization. So for instance, maybe, we need some better web shell coverage, look at some tools like that. Obviously some things like, oh yeah, looking for anybody running reg query, good luck. Everybody or tools left and right do that. So yeah, I hope you found this interesting. I wish that the Navigator layer was working. Let's see. Navigator layer for Volt Typhoon and Splunk, please. Let's just try it one more time since you're here and you're watching live. So let's see if I can, let me just try one more time. What's he saying on that? Okay. Oh, well, that was quick. Really? That's hilarious. He's just like, yo, I'm done. Let me open this layer up one more time and see what happens. Upload. I'm just trying on the back end here to see if we can upload it. Okay, it's not taking it. Let me refresh. All right, run generate. So he just quickly runs a tool to run that. Let me try uploading. Okay, I see the Splunk one, Volt, Elastic, and then here's Splunk. Oh, check the JavaScript console. Well, that's really sad. So I don't want to sit here and troubleshoot it with you live, but you kind of get the gist. I will fix that if it's something to be fixed. Let me try one more time. Yay, let's see, console error. Oh, there's the error. Okay. Well, while you're here, I uploaded it and it failed. I got this Java error. Let's at least fix the typos because you're going to be seeing this. Bam. Let's just fix this, please. So this is probably more the MCP for my MITRE attack one than it is actually for the security detections one. So don't worry about that. Oh, is it just a version thing? Really? That's silly. Let's try one more time. There you go. Nope. The flaky website. Let me try one more time and then I will share it. Elastic. Volt. Oh, yeah. You have to convert it to 18. I forgot about that. Let me share this window. Let me share that so you guys can see too. Navigator. I don't know if you've ever done this before. If you're uploading an old one and it's like, it'll like run you through this cool little thing here. It's kind of fun. And you're like, yeah, sure. Everything's been good. You can just mark things. But anyway, in the middle, you can see this is the elastic coverage for Volt Typhoon. Yeah. So, I guess these are all gaps, but there's a lot of gaps. That was such a bad example. So I'll get that fixed. As far as the whole getting it to version 18. See, that's why the MCP for MITRE attack is not released yet. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you found this interesting, and definitely please provide as much feedback as you can, because it helps me understand what you're working on, what you're doing, how you're using this. And yeah, I'm just curious too, what you're up to. So yeah, give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Tell me how it works, and we'll catch up again soon. Thank y'all. Have a good day. Woo. See you soon.